Okay. Do.
There we go.
Set up. What a change. It might work.
Well, we're up.
Yep. Cool. Okay. Yes. Awesome. Just try to. Okay. Oh. I'll close this one here. Okay. With you. Whoops. No. Wait, why is the... It's fine. I'm sure it will be fine. Trying to get the camera up. It doesn't want to work. Hello, Sailing Ocelot.
Hey, Ocelot.
Cool.
Well, I think we've got the whole globe pretty much covered now because we've got Canada, Australia, and the UK.
Yay. Okay.
Hey, Satoru, how's it going?
Hello. I don't know why this doesn't want to work. But I'm not taking it out again. So. Why, camera, why?
So you're doing a camless stream today?
Apparently. Okay, I might. Should I try StreamRaiders?
Well, thank you, Satoru, and get some sleep.
Oh, thanks, Satoru. Okay, that is up. Wait, I have to put a thing in my thing. This guy. For the quest. Beep. Awesome. And that, oh, that's actually logged in. Oh, I was gonna show. I need to work on that one. What is my... Yeah, my sis... Okay. Apparently if I type in World Anvil, it automatically comes up Game of Tomes. Right.
Are you on the Game of Tomes site a lot, are you?
Apparently. Oh, it doesn't show. Okay. Yeah, I found the background. I'm slowly trying to work out the CSS for the World Anvil stuff. And so I've got like a background which I do want to make more prevalent to my story, but because this one I think it's missing brown. But I kind of want something similar like this. So for now, yeah, words. I know what I was trying to say. Because I have the 6 different coloured magics in my world, I figured if I have the background of that on the world of Turian, that will look cool. So currently I've got this picture which is close to what I want, but for now it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like...
That's cool.
Oh, okay, that's how it changes. Yeah. So the background is that, and then... Yeah, that was my last article. I have got... My sister did update this picture. I've got to fix that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's actually... I think it was the updated... Hold on, do I have... Might have added it.
Well, don't go to the edits for that.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll wait till the stuff to edit that one. But I think I put it in the Naiad picture, maybe. Not Naiad, yeah, so, the nymphs or the naiads. Actually, I think I used it as the top of my summer camp pledge article, actually. Oh, right.
Oh, that's cool.
Just as like the heading border.
Yeah, my summer camp pledge is short and sweet.
Works great. Yeah, so this is the image, and that's meant to be a couple of the shallow naiads. Or naiads of the shallows.
Cool.
And it's forest. And she did it these colours because that's what, like, I gave her the article when I was working on my Naiad article. No, the river article. I gave it to her and I already had the pink and blue colours, so she used that as the colour scheme for the picture.
All right, on.
Yeah. And then that's what I used for the thing I gave you the other day. It's actually this picture too. But yeah. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to update that.
So, where do you get your... I know that some... Australia does have some fairy folklore. I just don't remember what it is exactly.
Australia?
Yeah, actually...
Bunyips.
Besides... Yeah, I know there's the bunyip. But... there's actually a really good author who's Australian.
Yeah.
Cecilia Dart Thornton.
I don't know.
And all... Pardon?
Was it Cecilia who?
Cecilia Dart Thornton.
Okay.
And most of her stuff, deals with a lot of fae in it. She's done a lot of research into them too.
Yeah.
Oh, those new books?
I don't know. The Bitterbind books. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh no, those are older ones. Just new, updated covers.
Okay. Okay, so she's got a few short stories as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
But no, I read her books and I love her books.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to read some. Especially if they're Australian. Cheers. Crazy. Oh, it's just... I think I'm just gonna get rid of my sprints. That's not happening today.
No, it doesn't seem to be.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
So your nymphs and naiads come out of the Greek mythology, do they?
Yeah, I think I started there, really. Like most things. But I read or watched, I think it was an anime, I watched it. There's like, what's it called? The female's Lydia Carlton, and it's based in England. And I watched it, I think I watched it with my sister, but yeah, it's about like fairies and fae and stuff, and there's all sorts of like brownies and selkies and
Selkies and sprites and pixies.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I sort of specifically get mine from one place. I'm just kind of like, oh, these are cool. What can I do with them? And then as I do things, I'm like, I check various areas. But yeah, the naiads are more based on the Greek. Well, they started on the Greek.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just it, right?
Yeah.
You got the nymphs, the naiads, the dryads, the drus.
Mm.
I mean, the brownies, the gremlins. And it all depends on what part of the world, depends on which version you're using, because I know that the UK has a lot of the fairies, the fairy types.
Yeah.
The Norse has your giants, your ogres, your dwarves and elves and gnomes. Actually, every culture has giants in it somewhere in folklore.
Yeah.
Greeks, you get the naiads, the nymphs, the satyrs, the pegasi. I know UK has the water horse.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that one needs updating. Okay. Yeah, I decided my nymphs will be just work out where to start my sentence. So like in my world, like humans have the schools and all that kind of stuff, and that's similar to how we normally pass on knowledge on Earth. That's kind of how the humans do it. Elves are sort of similar, in that they also record knowledge written and that kind of stuff, and beastkin are pretty similar to humans as well. But the nymphs in particular, the naiads, they do not have any of that, except maybe in the deep, the secret place, but I haven't explored that yet. Anyways.
Yeah.
The secret underground city connected to the river. But they it's just all oral, basically. And,
well, yeah.
but particularly through stories, and particularly unreliable stories. Like if they have a story of the war and there was a particular hero in the war that, you know, did these things, and then one naiad will just decide to change it to a naiad, or they'll change the color of magic, and like by the time you sort of hear the story the 5th time, it's like it's so changed to the original story.
Yeah.
It's just like it doesn't quite make sense, but at the same time there's still like pockets of the story that keep continuing down.
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, how do yours, I guess, pass on knowledge?
Well, with the elves, it's similar to the humans, like schools and writing and libraries. But the leprechauns will keep libraries, but they're more of a the more oral tradition. The libraries only for things like specific knowledge for trades.
Okay. Nice.
I'm sorry, but the red caps, they keep history in their hats.
That's fun.
So, yes, I beat up so-and-so.
So loading. Okay.
Oh, I know that article.
Yeah. It's fun to read because, like, I grew up, like, my mom is a seamstress. That was her trade, and she particularly does wedding dresses. At least when I was younger. And so, like, she didn't do as many when we were young, but I just remember I'd used to stay up every so often. I'd like sneak out of my room and then watch her. She'd have like the doll on top of the dining room table, and she'd be like, the dresses flowing out, stuff. Oh, hey, Dan Linnea.
Hey, Linya, how's it going?
So yeah, it's kind of fun reading about all the dressmaking stuff.
Yeah.
Some like little good memories.
Yeah, the fact I actually knew what I was talking about, too.
That's good.
Leprechauns, yes.
Yeah. Do you have a set number of fae in your world, or just as many as makes sense?
Well, I've got a lot of different types of fae. They also have their own little world, too, like a subsection. Like the Fey Wildlands is taken out of the mundane realm,
Yeah.
and like the Fey realms of England, how if you
Yes.
entered them, you could be trapped there for a century,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
A century in the outside world, and like 3 days have passed where you are. So when you come back, it's a century later.
Yeah.
Or the other way around.
Yeah.
So, What?
Sorry, I was just reading. I was like looking at the names, and I was like, "Oh, that's cute." And then the next sentence I read is sprites dislike being called cute.
Yeah,
I was like, "How apt." That's fair.
but they are cute, but they don't like being called cute. That's the difference.
Yeah, yeah, fair. Taboo to consider there's anything wrong with having a playful attitude. Nice.
Yep. That's right, you're perpetual children.
Yeah.
I'll rephrase it, perpetual ADHD children.
Nice. Yeah, that's kind of like my my nymphs are the children of Tyrion, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they're much less thought out on my side. But I'm sure by the end of summer camp, they will be more thought out.
Probably.
Mm.
Considering most of the Fey ethnicities that I have there
Yeah.
were written during my first World Ember,
Ooh, nice.
which was 2020, of course.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yep. So, I mean, like it's Seal the Fae, the Dwarven Apron, the myths about the red caps, the,
Yeah. Oh,
the birthing pools, for the leprechauns.
that's cute. Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Right.
I had lots of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I attempted to do World Ember last year, but that did not. I wrote a couple of articles. So
Yeah,
better.
but coming out of
But okay, I don't
Nano into World Ember is kind of like, oh god, I'm brain dead.
Yeah, and just the stuff going on with my family at the time and all sorts of things.
Yeah. Yeah, life takes precedence.
Yeah. Oh, this is a nice forest.
Well, you're on your break screen.
Am I? Oh.
Yep.
Oops. Right, I forgot to turn the other thing off. Okay. It's fine, we're all good.
There we go.
Oh, I can stop that. Okay. That should be fine.
Oh, you were looking at the Feywilds article.
Apparently. Yes, that's where I'm at. Um, just make that bigger.
Huh. Druids and ESO, they're done menu?
Wait, what's ESO?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Druids in. Okay, now my mind's just making up words that don't make sense. Yes. Okay, I don't know.
Then you're still waking up, so we'll give her some time.
Yeah. 9 minutes.
I mean, even my Feywilds don't have a whole heck of a lot in the article,
Yeah.
but at least not as much as I could have put in.
Mm.
But I mean, I can always fix that later too.
Yeah, yeah, fair. So I like about one of the things I like about it. It's easy in World Able to just go, oh yeah, there's this thing that I now know about whatever this is.
Yeah. Oh, I need to expand on X.
Yeah. It's like with. I started trying to at one point just putting a bunch of the stuff down so that I know, hey, there's these things I need to do. Like my random Cantina tribe. That was based off, yeah, summer camp last year. An ethnicity surviving in an inhospitable region. And I was like, I don't have any of that, so then I made this random tribe. It's basically like if someone comes in from a different dimension and then a bunch of them kind of stayed and a few outcasts of society come and joined them. And then through chat we made up some cactus dryads.
Cool.
Well, actually, that actually started from something. I was in one of Coffee's streams, and she said something, and I heard it as cactus dryads, and I was like, what? And then my brain was like, okay, now we have to write this. So then my next stream, I was talking about it, and then in chat we came up with this Barbara. And so we wrote this story about Barb.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that was the quote. I think that was Elf. I'll have to check that, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Q, or Curlon, I believe, has a dazzle cactus.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
What's that? That's cute. Oh, this was a. One's a fun character. Oh, my world building is very interesting. Like so a few years ago, I had a birthday, and I can't remember what we were using, but it was like we each had a character, and it was a story game thing, and so I made up all the characters, and then gave them to a few of my friends, and then was like, okay, over these 3 days, we're gonna write this story, which was fun. If I did it again, there's a lot of things I'd learn from it, but it was fun. Anyways, this was one of the characters, and so my sister decided she'd just draw everyone a character after we all picked which ones we were. So this was for my other sister, who was a dryad, who ended up specializing in poisons.
Oh no.
So yeah, that was fun, and so now we have Hoenn, a dryad, who may or may not end up popping up in my web novel somewhere. We will see.
Huh? Yeah.
Because she's friends with an elf researcher who
Ah.
by the time my story starts, he's gone missing. And I feel like that's something that my teacher would somehow find him when they're having some kind of classroom excursion.
Yeah. Let's see. I have a dryad in my story,
Yeah.
and that's Sycamoria.
Sycamoria. Do you have a character for
I
her? Or?
I don't think I've written a character for her yet.
Okay.
But you do get to meet her in some of my prose.
Yeah.
Angst and Mind Invasion under my prose.
That's the one.
Look at the very beginning of the thing from Petal.
Oh, the first one. I can see, right?
Hmm?
We're good. Petal screamed a moment before.
Sycamoria! No!
Mm-hmm. Nope. Okay, mouse is working again. Should I read it out?
If you want.
Okay. Was it Sycamoria?
Sycamoria, yeah.
Sycamoria, cool. Sycamoria could feel herself tumbling into a void of chaotic thoughts. Her mind was assaulted at every turn. She was beginning to lose herself and her own sense of identity. I'm such a failure. Why do I have to live like this? This thing between my legs can't be mine. I shouldn't even have it. Reaching down, she found the bits this thought was referring to. She let out a silent scream, which blended in with the other screams in her head. Get out of my head! Where did that thought come from? She was in her own head, wasn't she? A wave of sadness overcame her. Images of women in beautiful dresses, followed by fierce jealousy that they could wear them and he couldn't. Why was life so unfair? But I am not a he, I am she! I am she! That thought was echoed through her mind from a million different angles. The sound changed pitch as more voices joined in. She had never heard some of these voices in her head. What is going on? Deeper. She had to go deeper to find the cause of all this turmoil. There had to be something. She needed to find it before she lost all sense of herself. She could already feel her will being stripped away. Right. She was in Eldric's head, trying to find a way to reach him. Even her thoughts calling Eldric him felt wrong. She found herself pressed hard against a wall of duty. There seemed to be 3 other walls slowly closing in: loyalty, honor, and sacrifice. She needed to find a way out, or she would be destroyed by their inexorable, crushing forces. Is that how Eldric feels? Opening at her feet was a tempest of anger. Above her, a deluge of hopelessness. There didn't seem to be any way to escape. Was that a glint of metal on one of the walls? A door? Where does that lead? Reaching out, she grabbed the handle, opening the door. On the other side was a field of green grass. 3 figures were standing together, spells flying from all directions. With a blinding flash, she no longer watched the scene. She was one of the figures. Her strength ebbed away as she blocked spell after spell. She wasn't sure how long she could last. There are too many of them. I have to hold on. Sebastian, what are you doing? I need your support. Oh crap, I need to extend the shields. He's making himself a target to protect us. I can't let him do this alone. Sergi, send me strength. Oh, thank goodness. Sycamoria's vision blurred as the scene changed. She was walking down a flight of stairs to the angry shouting of some man at Eileen. Who is Eileen? How do I know her? He struck her. How dare he strike a healer who was doing her job? It is time to act. Apprentice or not, this is what I have been training for. Loyalty is only one step away from duty, but there can be no duty without some form of loyalty. These people have accepted me for me, not some illusion of what they expect me to be. Her vision darkened. When she could see again, she was surrounded by a snow-covered farm. A blue dragon was standing in front of him. Sycamoria shook her head, trying to clear the muzziness out. Am I he or she? This is getting confusing. How dare he accuse my master and mentor of not taking care of me? There is more to care than just food and clothing. I'm not even sure where I would be if it weren't for Sergi. I need to get out of here. I can't handle this. She began searching frantically an exit. There, the glint of metal coming through the snow. Grabbing the handle, she threw herself through the door. The walls were still closing in on her. The handle vanished from her hand. The wall was solid with no hint of there ever being a door. What was that? Out of the corner of her eye, she thought she saw light refracting through crystal. This had to be better than the last door. Opening it, she stepped through. Honor is the key basis of life. If one doesn't live by honor, there is only chaos. These were thoughts she could get behind, though they were not her own. She found herself a tub of water in the House of Healing. The room was full of naked women. He climbed out of the tub. Black. Everything is black. Don't look, don't look. It is not polite, and that means you are not honouring their bodies or who they are. Why are they laughing? I mean, they are giving me the honour of seeing them without clothing, but it doesn't feel right. Oh crap, I am naked. Need to find a towel so I can cover up. Light returned. There they are, only a few feet away. Darkness again. Okay, it's only a few steps to the towels. Hand out to the front of the towels. I need to cover up. My body is so wrong. It shouldn't be on display like this. There has to be what they are laughing at. What am I touching? This doesn't feel like towels. It feels like skin. Visual again. Oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Why did I miss my target and grab her breast? Sure, they say I need to get used to seeing and even handling them, but it just feels so wrong to me. He could feel the heat rising in his face. He was becoming more relaxed in their company, and yet he was jealous of them at the same time. Again in the bathing room. He was brushing the hair of one of the ladies. The guys in the tubs behind him were chatting quickly, then bursting into laughter. He didn't want to look. It felt wrong. Suddenly the sharp sting of a wet hand slapping his ass. Spinning around, his fist clenched, he landed a punch square to Henry's jaw, the comforting swoosh of the skirts as they brushed against his ankles. His anger rising to true wrath. Stalking forward, he stared down the bunch of them. He couldn't focus on what he was saying, just that he wanted these hooligans to understand that their antics were inappropriate. The ladies were tired of them and were not going to put up with them anymore. Suddenly the guys fell back into the tubs. Turning back to the ladies, all he could see were the smiles. The scene shifted as though in a dream. He was once more in the House of Healing. The room was in chaos. Healers and students running every which way, checking on the injured of a mill incident. Stretched out on a bed in front of him was a woman in obvious labor. Her life energy was slipping away due to the undiscovered internal injury. He had to do something. He couldn't stand there and let the woman or her unborn child die. Slipping in behind the bed and closing his eyes, he placed his hand on either side of her head, just like I did. Letting out a slow breath, he extended his senses over the woman and child. Energy began flowing through him from somewhere. Time lost all meaning as the energy filled the woman, the child within her, and flowed to encompass everyone in the room. All he knew was he had to help. The healers were overwhelmed, panicking, and if he didn't do something, there was going to be many deaths. He couldn't allow that. She found herself panicking as the power flowed without any sense of... She found herself panicking as the power flowed without any sense of control, though it wasn't an overwhelming amount. She could sense so many different energy forms. He had more ability than she thought. He was stronger than she was, and she had invaded his mind. I am not going to get out of here. What do you want? Why don't you just leave me alone? I'm trying to understand. There is so much pain here. I want to help. You are not welcome here. Just let me die. Please let me die. The plaintive cry was heart-rending. So much pain. What could be causing anguish such as this? There was the handle once again. Reaching for it, she fled the scene. Between the four walls which had stopped moving, the torrent was closer and threatened to engulf them. The pain and anguish of being a complete and utter failure hit like hailstones. Regrets of being born into the wrong body, the impending loss of a mentor, leaving behind the only one who seemed to accept him for himself and not some pawn to be moved in a cosmic chess game. Answers had to be in here somewhere. Which door would be next? Did she really want to enter it? With every door she found herself sinking deeper into Eldric's emotions and experiences. Could she survive this and still be the same person who had entered? What was that? A board sat in cradles across the wall. She knew she had no choice, not if she was to find a way out. Struggling with the heavy board, she got it out of the cradles. Once free, the door flew open and the board vanished from her hands. The vortex created by the opening of the door sucked her in. The green fields around the farmhouse were fascinating. A younger Sergi sat on the edge of the field. "Eldric, come here. It is time for your lesson." A young child ran over to his mentor. He sat on the ground at Sergi's side. "I was watching the grain blowing in the breeze. Will it be ripe soon?" He looked up at his mentor with bright eyes darting back and forth between him and the fields of grain. "Oh, not for another week or so." But there are other things which are ready for harvesting. Lifting the cloth which he had across his lap showed several different flowers and a variety of mushrooms. You need to learn the plants around and what they can be used for. Some of these are poisonous, but if used properly can have beneficial aspects. Lifting up one of the mushrooms, small and pink in colour. These are very special mushrooms. Take too many can kill you, but the correct portions can be very useful in seeking visions. Later, you will be going on a vision quest while I oversee the process. We need to finish this lesson first. The lesson is this. I want you to find and harvest each of these plants. Sergi eyed him until he rose and ran off into the forest. Is this very long?
5,000 words.
Okay. I might...
Need something to drink?
Yeah. I might run the StreamRaiders battle and then come back to it.
That's fine.
I like it. That's cool. Okay. Let's go with this one. I should have done it there. Oh. StreamRaiders! We have 231 allies and 21 enemies.
I think we got this.
Mm-hmm. Look, you got most assists. Oh, you killed the Shadow Mystic. Wheel. We have a victory! Okay. This is not in alphabetical order. It's like almost, but not quite. Okay, that doesn't look like they're here.
Who?
Clockrocket.
No, Clockrocket's not here at the moment. Clockrocket is traveling.
Oh, right on. Did I have someone who... Okay, I don't think there was anyone else who asked for anything recently. I don't know what my thing is. Okay, no one's asked for anything today, that's fine then.
Not yet.
Yay! Okay. Let us start the next one. Wheel. Where'd you go? Oh, over there. Cool. Okie doke. I'm just gonna take a bio real quick.
Go ahead.
Come back. Feel free to talk. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I will. Let's see if there's anybody still in chat. Hello, anybody in chat? Well, I see a couple, but they're probably still just lurking. Well, Lydia, if you're still here, I was asking what ESO was.
Okay, I'm back.
Well, welcome back. Oh, Elder Scrolls Online. Okay.
Sorry?
Oh, Lydia answered ESO, Elder Scrolls Online,
Oh,
for the
okay.
druid stuff.
Yep, right. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't think I've played that one. Or is Oblivion one of them?
I believe Oblivion is part of that series or that family, yes.
Yes, I did. I borrowed that, like, the Xbox game from a friend. And then they told me it was, like, one of the hardest ones. And I was like, yeah, I can't get past this part. Have it back. I got very stuck. I think my brother was a lot better at it.
Yeah, well, that happens.
Yeah, he's a lot better at most games. But it's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, Arena, Dagger, Form, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online. Right.
Yeah.
You can reduce the difficulty. Okay. I don't know. I'm still a bit like, oh. I don't have that much time for games, and I have a few games that I want to finish fast.
Yeah, I restarted FF7.
Which one?
Not Final Fantasy 7?
Oh, Final Fantasy VII. Nice. Yeah.
Not the remake, because the remake is for a newer system.
Mm. Okay.
And you still lose Era, so what's the point?
Yeah, I haven't played any of the Final Fantasies. I played some of Fable. I think we have number 2.
Ah.
I don't know. But then our Xbox died, so we lost all our saves.
Yeah.
We're just like, oh. Yeah, no, but I like, at the moment, not at the moment. I have, what's it called? Journey and Dreamfall. I don't have Dreamfall chapters because I haven't finished the second one yet, because I had to restart it a few times because changing computer, and I don't know, it just kind of deleted its saves, but I'm nearly back to the point where I was.
Yeah.
I don't
Another
like...
game,
Yeah.
another game I've been playing is Azure Dreams.
Azure Dreams.
Yep. You're a monster hunter going up into up a monster tower.
Yeah.
Every time you go into the tower, you start at level 1,
Oh, okay.
and you have to make it quite a ways up. But as you get higher, the monsters get tougher.
Fair.
And if you die, you lose the stuff you had on you. Yeah.
I don't imagine I'd get very far with that.
Well, the thing is your monsters that you go in with, they level and they keep their levels.
Oh, okay. Huh. That's interesting.
So what you want to try and do is get certain types of gear for going into the tower with, and then enchant them.
Ah.
So if you don't have to pull your monsters out until higher levels, they'll still have the energy to fight then. Otherwise, you have to worry about them running out of energy before you need to escape. But you have to catch the monsters in the dungeon, or get the eggs in the dungeon, in order to get the monsters. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Nice.
And if it wasn't for the original PlayStation only,
Yeah.
I'd find someone to stream it.
Fair. Yeah, we used to have Crash Bandicoot and Croc, I think, were on the PlayStation.
Crash is fun.
Yep, that was my childhood. We at least my brother and I had memorized the what's it called, like the code to open all the islands.
Ah.
Yep. So then we could just play the levels we liked. And then there was that like one level, like the second last level in the whole game that you could get extra hearts on or something.
Uh-huh.
So we'd go play that first, and then go jump on the other, whichever one we felt like. So like, get the extra health first. But yeah, it was like I can't remember how much, it was like 12 or 20 characters or something for the code. And we'd like memorized it by heart.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways, it was fun.
Yep. I mean, I have CTR,
CTR.
which is a fun game. Crash Team Racing.
Cool. Nice.
You kind of like Mario Kart?
Yeah, I think one of my friends had it like years ago. All my siblings' friends, I don't know. So we played it a few times, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. So, is it Sergi in this story? Am I saying it right?
Sergey.
Sergey. Okay.
Sergey.
Sergey.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, hold on. So Sergey, he's the mentor of Eldrick?
Yes.
And Sycamoria is in Eldrick's mind at the moment.
At the moment, no, yes.
Okay. And so, you said Sycamoria is a dryad.
Mm-hmm.
So what's Eldrick?
Human.
Okay.
Or so you think.
Righto. That sounds fun.
No, we're not playing D&D. They're Aqua.
Hey, Aqua. How's streaming life? Bouncing around notice. Yeah, so
Yeah.
in Siobhan, just chatting about our Fae, and we were talking about games for a little bit. But I'm reading one of Siobhan's prose pieces. I'll go back to that in a sec. But yeah, I've been having... technology does not like me this week. But anyways. We make do.
Yep.
Yep. Anyways, nice to see you in chat, Aqua. See, where was that up to?
Yeah.
Sorry, yes?
I was gonna say, do you remember where you were?
The start of one of the paragraphs. I think as he ran into the forest.
Right.
It was... Wait, what was... Sergei? Okay. We'll just go. I apologize for anything I have mispronounced. Or will mispronounce. Okay. As he ran into the forest, the scene changed. In front of him was a vast open field where people were gathering for a feast. All the children were being lined up to face an old man in a robe. She was scared and yet excited. Wait, she? Something wasn't quite right. Everything went black. The next thing she saw was the inside of a well-constructed and maintained farmhouse. The wind was howling outside. Sergei was sitting... was sitting in a chair by the fire. In her hands was a clay jug filled with some sort of liquid. Well, boy, bring me my medicine. He could feel his face flushing. He quickly brought the jug to Sergei. I need to check on dinner so that it doesn't burn, sir. Sergei waved him off. Duty is the only thing that he worried about. It was duty and loyalty that kept him there. Sergei had been kind to offer him the apprenticeship when there were so many others who were hoping to get it. After dinner, he did the dishes before going back to study the books Sorry. Going back to study the books Sergei had placed out for him. He struggled to understand what was written in the books, but if he didn't learn it, he would have to read them again. Sergei did mention the information would make sense in time. It was his duty to learn, even though all he really wanted to do was explore the world. There would be time to do that as a journeyman. He had to consider his duties to the Order, his master, and the Grand Druid. But his greatest duty is to the world, for that was the purpose of the Order. Especially if there were those of the Order doing something against the original concept. Why did it feel like all he had was duty? Where was fun? Love? There the door, barred and with a board. Approaching tentatively, he reached for it. With it free, the wind pulled the door open, sucking him back through. It closed with a loud, reverberating ka-thunk, which drowned the sound of thunder. Okay, there was only one wall left, she thought with relief. That is, unless the ground were to open up and swallow her, or the storm above decided to pick her up and toss her about. She didn't want to consider those possibilities. She could already feel the crushing weight of emotions pressing in on her. She really needed to find a way out of this. Why had she entered willingly, not knowing the hazards she would be facing, or the soul-crushing extremes Eldrick was dealing with? She wasn't sure if the switching thoughts of he and she were just her trying to separate herself from his mind, or if they were his thoughts. She felt herself sinking. The hard floor had become a quagmire, slowly drawing her down into the depths. The more she struggled mentally to remain calm, the faster she sank. Rage. She'd become a giant ball of rage with no vent. Her feet touched something solid, her chin just above the floor. Why? How could the world be so cruel? I haven't done anything to deserve this, yet I'm forced to endure. Duty be damned. Loyalty has gotten me nothing but pain. Honor is useless. If the others won't be honorable, why should I be? Sacrifice? Why should I have to sacrifice anything? I have already sacrificed everything. I have nothing left to sacrifice. Nothing but my life. If they want to take it so badly, they can have it. Then I won't have to worry about anything. Or I can sacrifice the whole world. Then there won't be anyone to worry about anything. First, I'm going to kill whoever it was that decided to strip me of everything. Victor, I am coming for you. If you hadn't attempted to kill the king, I wouldn't have lost my master and lover. I had to leave Sebastian behind. Now, I have this stupid bitch who thinks she's so much better than me. Why won't you leave me alone? Haven't you done enough damage? I can't even have any private thoughts. With a sudden convulsion, the ground around her started pressing in. She could feel bones breaking. Breathing was becoming more painful and difficult. How was that possible? There is no physical form in this place. It has to be the consciousness being crushed. Need to escape. But how? You stupid, petulant brat. I didn't come to hurt you. I came to help. But you were too far gone in your own misery to give a damn. The pressure backed off a bit, only to redouble upon returning. She tried to get her arms free. They moved very slowly, the pain causing her to stop every so often. She could feel herself slowly losing consciousness. If she blacked out here, she would be lost. Panic, for her own survival, spurred her efforts. I will not fail! The litany forming over and over in her thoughts as she fought to be free. The anger around her gave her power. She feared that if she used Eldric's power, she would lose herself here. Then how should she be able to help anyone in? She could feel her heart climb into her throat. I am sorry. I am so sorry. I didn't think about what you might be going through. I should have talked to you instead of acting so superior. She could feel the tears welling in her eyes. She found herself laying on top of the ground, tears flowing freely. Sitting up, she saw a small door open in the final wall. A small hand beckoned through the portal. Watching the hand as she crawled to the opening, she noticed there were the fingers of a small child. He couldn't be more than 6 years. How could one so young be trapped in here? What kinds of secrets was Eldric holding, even from himself? That door didn't have an external handle. As she entered, the light vanished and she could feel herself falling. How deep was this hole? Why had the light been extinguished? There had to be a reason. Oh, this felt like it was going to be worse than all the other doors. Her stomach seemed to be falling faster than she was. She was feeling dizzy, and her heart beat slowly in her chest. She was unsure what dark secrets this young man could be harboring. Oh, wow. Cool. And see, oh my goodness, what is chat saying? Bye, Dan Linear. Enjoy breakfast. Thank you, Aqua. Let me have a sip. Okay. Let's continue. Oddly, she felt her descent slowing, though there was nothing dragging at her. Her feet lightly touching down on a hard surface brought a sigh of relief. Slowly turning, she noticed a light off to her left. It bled from a room into the passageway, which appeared to be a rough-hewn tunnel. With tentative steps, she made her way down the passage. Sycamoria moved carefully, so as not to spook whatever was there. She felt this would give her time to prepare, in case she was sucked into his memories once again. She didn't think she could face that again, not and retain any form of sanity. She was traumatized by the experience. Trust was something to be earned, even between a teacher and a student. How could she have forgotten that? True, it had been over 100 years since she had learned this skill, and she had trusted her instructor implicitly. He didn't know her, and here she was making demands. Oh, by the Eldritch, what have I done? I am unfit to train anyone if I only think of my own ability and power. I'm going to need to meet with the Druce Elder after this is over. No, before I complete the task set before me, I have to find a way to reach out to him, but I have no idea where he is. Peering around the edge of the doorway, she saw a small child laughing and playing in a field of flowers, her long blonde hair flowing freely behind her. She was wearing a simple shift of dyed yellow linen. Approaching from the side of the field were 2 people, an older man and a middle-aged woman. Amelin, come here, please. The child stopped and looked over at the kind voice of the woman before running over to her. I would like you to meet my father, Master Druid Serge. With a curtsy. Pleased to make your acquaintance, sir. Am I in trouble? Her eyes darted from the woman to the field, and then to the older man, and back to the woman. Oh, by all means, no. My father is looking for a new apprentice. He is testing all the children in the village, but he has some concerns. You see, he is very picky when it comes to choosing an apprentice. I told him you were the brightest in the village, and he wanted to see for himself. Sergi knelt in the grass in front of her. I find the best way to test is to do a mild mind probe through magic. May I? He gently brushed her hair out of her face. I can see you have great potential for magic already, but I need to be sure of your mind and if you are compatible with the training. His smile faded for a moment. My last apprentice was too eager and I had to part ways with him. I did find him another position, though. What do I have to do? Well, if you grant permission, just stand very still. It doesn't take long, and I promise not to invade anything you consider private. His warm smile invited trust. It doesn't hurt. Standing at the entrance, she was surprised to find the voices carried all the way to her. She stood still, enraptured by the scene playing out in front of her. Why was this a secret that needed to be kept? Wait, why was Sergei talking to a little girl, and how did Eldrick have this memory? Was he once standing at the edge of a field watching this? Did the little girl fail? No, now was not the time to be wool-gathering. Well, sir, if you think I have what it takes, please test me. She stood up straight, arms rigid down her sides, hands clenched in tiny fists. Sergei placed his hands on either side of her head, exactly like she had to Eldrick, and gazed into the little girl's eyes. After a moment, he released her. You have courage, little one. I will need to consider all the potential candidates before I make a decision. You can go back to your play. He bowed to her as she giggled and ran off to chase the butterflies. Rising, he turned to the woman. Evelyn, you were right. Unfortunately, you know the Grand Druid's edict. Papa, there has to be a way. Her voice held a plaintive cry. She has no family here. She trusts me. After everything you trained me for? Couldn't you at least try? For her sake, give her something other than the life of a scullery maid. Keeping her voice so low as to not be overheard by the child. That's all anyone will see her as good for her. That or a harlot. I would hate to see her used that way. You know that once her moon cycle begins, there is going to be talk. No one will marry her without a dowry. Where would she get one? Concern for the well-being of one so young was plain in every motion. I haven't uncovered a spell, but it is risky. I'm not sure if the drawbacks are worth it. He patted the satchel hanging at his side. I need to study it more before I can make that decision. But shouldn't she have a say in this? After all, it is her life that will be hanging in the balance. Study the spell, Papa. If it does what you think it does, then we can talk to her again. Evelyn threw her arms around Sergei. As they walked towards a small house, she slowly made her way onto the field. Wait, where did the child go? Feeling a hand on her thigh, she looked down. Amelin stood there holding a flower up. This is for you. I knew you would come. This place isn't safe for those who are neither male nor human. But you are here. Why do you think the door is locked from the inside? The walls are thinning and things are leaking out. There was more wisdom in this child's statements than there should be for one so young. He will learn the truth eventually, then we can be one again. The problem is we are not human. I can't give any more information than that, since there are secrets here, hidden from even me. Please, you need to get out of here and forget you saw me. Our life depends on him not waking up to certain facts. Not yet. It isn't safe. She was pointing to the stand of trees off to the side of the field. Please hurry, or you'll be trapped in here like me. Only you won't survive. With a nod to the young girl, Sycamoria ran for the trees. She hadn't gotten far before she came upon a house in a clearing. In the yard were Sergei and Amelin. I would like it if you would accept to being my new apprentice. He raised a hand as she opened her mouth. She closed it again and waited. There are a couple problems we must discuss before you make a decision. The order has changed in the last few hundred years. It used to be open to all people of Corrigenda. However, the current Grand Druid has decreed it is for human males only. Sergei knelt down in front of the small child. I have a solution, but you would have to become male. He shook his head slightly, a tear glistening on his cheek. I have a spell which can do this, but... He paused a moment, as if reconsidering. But you have to willingly accept the spell. It will wipe away your memories of anything before the spell was cast. Sergei diverted his eyes from Amelin. This is not a choice I would make for myself. It is your choice. I do not know if it is possible to reverse once it is cast. Sleep on it tonight. We will talk again in the morning. Rising, he turned and walked directly towards the Gamoria. This is going to cause problems. I am almost certain of it. How could I have even thought this would be a good idea? Suddenly, he was gone. Amelin's earlier words rang through her thoughts. Hurry, or you will be trapped and not able to escape. She ran on deeper into the woods. Breaking out of the coppice, she stopped, her arms windmilling to maintain her balance as she found herself standing on a cliff face high above the Fey wildlands. Looking around, she spied a pathway to the left of the cliff. Her only chance was to follow it. She had to be close to the end of this mental maze. At least she hoped she was. Carefully, she made her way down the slippery slope. The verge opened up onto a road. She had no idea where this was. The roads all looked the same, but if one knew where they had started from, they could navigate without a problem. Enough lollygagging. Choose a direction. She turned to her right and followed the worn road. She considered herself lucky to come across the town quickly. In the town green stood a very young dragon covered by alabaster scales with coral highlights, speaking with an elderly puka. You don't know what you are asking, youngling. There will be problems. Unknowable problems, yes. My magic isn't a permanent thing. I understand. Would it last long enough to live a human lifetime? It may, but that would depend on you. Honestly, I haven't the foggiest notion as to why one as regal as yourself would want to do such a thing. I have this curiosity that won't leave me alone. I feel it is something I have to do. I've had dreams about being human. My elders said I should explore its meaning. Very well. If you decide you have had enough, you just need to remember these words. Return to what I once was. Let mind and body be one. Thank you. She leaned in and kissed his forehead greatly. Young people have no decorum. The puka was trying to wipe the kiss off his forehead. I'm ready when you are, good sir. Placing his hands on the side of the dragon, she began to shrink. Her wings receded into her back, the scales sliding to her head, becoming hair. Once the transformation was complete, a very young girl lay naked on the ground. Mari, could you do me a favor? This young girl is in need of something to wear. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Amari, could you do me a favor? This young girl is in need of something to wear. She cannot stay here. There is a village not far from the forest gate with a large field of grain. If you leave her there, she is bound to be found. I have caused some mild amnesia, so she won't remember much. She will have the knowledge she needs to survive and return to her natural form when the time is right. A tall, elegant female elf came out of the house with a yellow shift in her hands. Carefully, she dressed the young girl, lifting her up. With a nod to the puka, she carried the child away down the road. Sycamoria decided her only chance to get out of this mental maze was to follow the elf. When she reached the gate, it was closing. Sprinting for all she was worth, she dove through the portal as its iris closed. Thank you for the cat, but my camera's not working. Cute. Oh, my fluffy little.
Even dressed it up.
Sláinte.
Sorry? That was really cool.
I said slancha. Aqua, redeem to hydrate.
Ah. I'm out of water. Thank you, Aqua. Okay, I might just go grab some water. I'll be back a sec. Ow. Okay, I'll be back a sec.
So you liked the story, did you, Aqua? Excuse me. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, I'm back. Oh, yeah. Didn't have magic water, but it's cold water from the fridge.
Oh, it is part of a novel.
Is this from the first one?
Yep.
Nice. How are you going with the whole novel?
Still working on edits, and working on the second one, so...
Yeah. Nice. That's cool. I really like it.
There you go, Aqua, so now you can get the entire article.
Nice. Chapter 17. How many chapters do you have?
I think I got it down to about, let me see. Come on. That's for hope. I think it's down to about 80 chapters. So it's going to be more like chapter 69 now.
Okay.
Or 68.
Down to 80 chapters.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm planning on 4 novels just for this story. But I've got another 3 novels that I'm starting work on that are still part of the same world.
Oh, nice.
Because I've started Francine's story.
Yeah, and Francine's the seamstress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Nice.
You get to see her daughter in the second story.
Mm.
It took me about 2 years to write the rough draft for the first novel.
Oh, wow. Decent. In saying that, it's taken me forever to write 3 chapters. So
Yeah, but
it's like that's a long time. Then it's like, actually, wait, no, that's pretty good. That's pretty good time.
You know, considering the fact that the novel itself is like 217,000 words right now,
Yeah.
and I need to cut it.
Oh, wow.
But when you've got prose like that, it's like, how do I cut it?
Yeah.
I'm considering self-publishing, but I'm also considering trying to get it out to through trad if I can. But if I'm going to do that, I want to make sure I've got at least the second and third novels in progress before I start.
Yeah. Fair enough. Mm. Yeah, I'm writing mine just as a web novel, just on World Anvil and Wattpad at the moment, but
Well, that's just it. It is on World Anvil,
yeah.
and my patrons will get a chance yet to see it as I finish editing and publish each chapter.
Okay, that's cool. But yeah, I am considering turning mine into a book after each kind of volume and sort of but it might be a few volumes first because then I'll probably have to change parts of the earlier ones. But I don't know yet.
I mean, I've got some really nasty scenes in book 2 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I have a rape scene. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Well, I might have to find an agent, I might not. All depending on how I want to go with the trad publishing, because there's lots of ways to traditional publishing without actually hitting the big 5.
Righto. Okay, question. What exactly is a literary agent? What do they do? How are they different?
They help shop your book around.
Okay.
But they take a percentage of your royalties and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Righto.
And so, I mean, I have a couple possible publishers who are interested.
Yeah.
I just have to get it to be more ready.
Righto. Fair.
Yeah.
Do they have certain expectations and limitations for what's in the like word count?
Some do. Some do, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the book Sable just published was about 150,000 words.
Okay.
And anything more than that, it gets really expensive to publish.
Right.
So, like for self-publishing.
That is an option, Aqua. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure what I will do because I'm not there yet. But yeah, that is what I'm thinking. That. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm like, okay, if I have this sort of plan, I can start working towards it. And then if I decide I want to change the plan, that's fine.
Yeah.
And sort of work out along the way whether it's going to work or not. And if it doesn't work for this book, I still want to look at it for maybe future books if I finish this one day. Like, I need to. That actually was on my list today. Was finish the chapter 3 bit of editing. Like, there's this one little section that I just need to finish. That's been sitting there for like over a month.
Well, the thing is when you have you written chapter 4 yet?
So I have maybe between half and 3/4 of chapter 4.
Yeah. What you should do is worry about getting your whole manuscript done. Right? Then put it aside for a little bit. Work on something else for a while. Then come back to edit it later. This way you're coming back with fresher eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, that might work if I just draft out the rest to the end of 7 and then I go on to
Oh, look! What?
math story. Mouse will work.
Oh. Dang, you already... No? Report. And it's been reported to you, Tara.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, the man hammer.
Wait, how's that? Oh, can we have a battle? Let's do that. That didn't work.
What?
I keep forgetting. I need to, I think, do the right click thing, because half the time it just... Oh. We'll start the battle, I'm sure it's fine.
Of course it is.
It's totally fine. 240 versus 85. We heal. And Azumi killed the treasure chest.
I will. Oh no, someone else beat me to it. How dare they?
And Eritara and Umali killed a couple of necromancers. Nice, and we have a victory!
Of course we do. Nothing can survive this mob.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, more gold. I like this.
might be my last one for today.
Yep.
I can read that.
Hmm? If you can read it, yeah.
It's fine. Yeah. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah, it's like my fairies I haven't written much about. Although I do have a few things in. See, my fairies grow with, like, they have a source tree. So they're born with a seed and they grow the tree.
That's fair.
And then that kind of, as long as they stay most of the time with their tree, they basically can live forever.
Well, yeah.
What is... No, it's the stuff with Aunt May. Aunt May. Oh, I had more on her. She's in a few of the stories and myths because she's the oldest character in Tyrion. She was there at the helped create Tyrion, but she's forgotten a lot of kind of the first two generations of fairies because there was something that happened, and then knowledge or memories of them have been forbidden. And I have a thing in my world's forbidding, which basically means it's kind of like you delete a law of the world.
Yeah.
Which is, if a prompt fits, I'm gonna need to write about what that is during summer camp.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, usually give ourselves deadlines. They're self-imposed. Unless you have a contract with a publisher, then you're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why I want to have like books 2 and 3 almost ready to go before I start chapter book 1.
Yeah, fair, because if you then get a deadline, you want to make sure you can keep it.
Yeah.
I guess. Yes. Yeah, I want to do some more drawings from our world at some point. Not sure what I want to draw though. Just something. But there's. Okay, stipulation.
Anyone who writes is a writer. Doesn't mean anyone who writes is an author.
Yeah, that's what I feel. It's like, oh yeah, you write, you're a writer. And then...
You get published, you're an author.
Published and or paid.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, it's kind of funny because I got a one of my jobs is the job ad title was a freelance math author, And I'm like, oh, there's author in the title. And I'm like, okay, I've done a few things with them now. Totally an author, right? Yeah. That's, math author.
And Aqua, have you heard about Conduit yet?
Oh, yeah.
The Redders Conduit.
Oh, yeah, it worked.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Writers Conduit. I need to, like...
It's an online Redders convention. Done through Twitch. Complete grassroots. No cost.
Ah, what? Okay, cool. Is there a trailer now? Have I seen that?
Thank you so much, Sable. It is so exciting to be here as a part of Writers Conduit, and especially to participate in believable world building.
Hold on.
If some of this is a little, if you guys have
Sorry, the
questions
sound
or-
is going too fast. Please let me know. I can talk very quickly.
What made you want to write for kids? Just as kind of an inspiration.
So today what we're going to be covering is we're going to be talking about who can critique and kind of what are the different types of critiquers who are in the world around us.
So, for example, this is Pelagia, homeworld of the Sky Rays.
I've been doing creative writing workshops here where I live for a long time. It's always been this kind of format where you set a timer, write whatever based on the prompt, and then go around open mic and just kind of read what we wrote.
So we're talking about cover art today. Cover art can attract readers or repel them. As much as we like to think people won't judge a book by its cover,
What?
we know it's true.
As far as I can tell, the best definition of what neurodiversity is any form of differentiation in brain function.
We are here to discuss NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month.
This is the traditional versus independent publishing panel.
I'm really into the academic side of mythology as well as the more fun storytelling side.
When you hit somebody, it makes a distinct sound. If you hit them in a certain place, it makes a distinct sound.
Come to Writers Conduit, finding your online community.
Yeah. Pardon? What are you looking for?
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, well.
That's fine. I've got you can bug writers all weekend.
Yep. And that's just it. If you go to the top of the screen there, Tara,
Yeah.
like scroll up, you'll be able to pull up the calendar of events.
This one, the schedule.
Yeah.
Big. Yeah. Oh, do they do it? Hold on. Okay.
Remember, those are all done in UTC time.
Yes. Yeah, I need to go through and like print it out and then write my own times on it.
Yeah.
This is one of the ones you're doing, is it mythology?
Yep.
Nice.
I'm on mythology and writing.
Not sailings.
Hmm?
Visual novel. Sailing Ocelot's doing the how to write a visual novel.
Yep.
That's cool. And then I'm doing this one.
Yep, you've got the math.
Yep. Totally know what I'm doing.
Of course, I'm also in the mental health. Yeah, it's confirmed also what.
Yeah, I think they'd put up the schedule on the site, but I think they weren't going to email until, because a couple of the times they had to change or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
It's been up for a little while, but they just need to get confirmations of time slots.
Yeah, because that's...
Because I've got 4 panels that I'm on.
Oh wait, that's 10 a.m. for me then. Oh wait, but
What
that's
is it?
Sunday or Monday, it's fine. I don't know which day it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Works for me.
Yeah.
So Aqua, you made a joke in one writing community because the streamer loves movies and you go off topic for hours. Made a meme. Because you never end up writing. Yeah, post about Writers Conduit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Next I've got mythology. There's trans characters.
Oh, this one.
Writing is mental health. And where's the other one? Main fantasy world's interesting. I don't know, Aqua. You're surprised how many different communities are involved in the conduit. Well, you've got the TWN. You have the ASC.
Oh, this one.
4theWords. Just to name 3.
Okay, that looks cool. Is this the one you're talking about, Siobhan? The...
Yep.
That is 12 a.m.
That's clockwork. It's
panel. So it should be 10 a.m. for me. Which should be fine. Awesome.
Yeah, usually when I hit a really down spot, that's when you get writings like angst and mind invasion.
Yeah. Yeah, I get like into a house.
I just get my feelings on the paper.
Yeah, I got random stuff like this. Mine's It's more random poemy things.
Yeah. Yeah, so you journal. I put it into my story.
Yeah, that's cool. Is that the fantasy one? It's a different one.
No, not that one.
Not that one.
Keep going down. It's right near the end.
Okay. Ah, this one. Cool. Montoya. I had a... One of my lecturers was Alejandro Montoya. Actually, he was my thesis supervisor. That was scary. But...
See, it was Sparkle's idea.
Oh yeah.
Moon did the paperwork for it, but Moon is bowing out of it.
Yeah.
So it'll be Sparkle's and I writing that one, but still.
Okay. Oh, that would be really cool. You want Sparkles? Oh, I love listening to some of Sparkle's, especially some of the history stuff. He just starts talking.
Oh yeah.
Like.
I mean, that's the other thing too, is he puts a lot of history into his worlds.
Yeah.
In his festivals. Like, his, the last challenge that he won was the Tavern Challenge.
Yeah. That was cool.
There's a lot of history in that.
Yeah.
So... And that's why he won it, was because he had the history.
Yeah, I did read his. That was really cool.
Yeah. And how the tavern started out originally as a chapel.
Yeah. And then there was... I remember something about the dog was there and then not. Oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. There's a couple of science ones as well I've seen.
Yeah.
This one and physics one. I'm like, yeah. There's no description. Come on, guys. It's alright. I read my description. I'm like, what was I talking about? It's fine. It's fine.
Well, I mean, think about it. Everybody who's doing sci-fi kind of needs to understand science.
Yeah, that is very fair. Very fair. Oh, Sapphire's doing this one. Awesome.
Which one was this one?
So Flash Fiction.
Ah,
Sapphire's
yeah.
doing it. Yeah. I think that would be cool. I pretty much just want to watch all of them, really.
There will be VODs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been that interested in food for writing, but it's always there because everyone needs to eat.
It is. That's right. Everyone needs to eat. And if you get stuck writing, you can always write a feast.
Yeah. True. Yeah. Well, actually, I did a one one time, the previous draft of this story, before I changed POV, something similar, except they went to a dessert shop or something, because they're school kids. Which was fun, because it actually got me to... I learned a bit about some of the humans in the other classes that were good fun.
Well, yeah.
Because, they went with one of my specified classroom characters.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, asking about a team of main characters. As in a whole cast.
Yes. I have a large-ish cast. Like, my main character's a teacher, and she has 20 students. But then there's, like, her best friend and her childhood friend, and then someone's brother, and then her brother, and I'm just like, okay. And then there's all the other students and everyone else, but... Yeah, there's, like, 25? So 26 sort of main characters. I mean, she is the main character, but then there's, like, another 24 that are sort of the next level, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 3 MCs.
Yeah.
In the first book. But a lot of the supporting characters are going to be coming back in other books, too.
Nice.
Because, I mean, you got Sergei, Sebastian, and Eldrick. Are the 3 MCs. But then you get Amaryllis, Amarna, Petal, most of the students from the House of Healing.
Okay. Cool.
Not to mention the antagonists.
Oh yes, there's more of them too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, good fun.
I mean, part of Eldrick's problem in book 2 is going to be the fact that he's going to be kind of detained in one area for a wedding.
Oh.
Whether he wants it or not. All because of this one girl he met in the castle in book 1. So it's like, yay! Lots of stuff to work with.
Yeah.
I mean, actions have consequences.
Yeah, yeah.
You just don't always see them right away.
Yep.
So...
Another writer says he offs new characters that stay for a few chapters. Like he kills them? So I have to focus a lot more on dialogue. Oh, dialogue's so in full of worries. And making conversations through their characters. Yeah, I've definitely found it's very difficult to keep track of many characters. But I kind of started and I'm like, I can't not have them now.
It can be difficult,
Mm.
but there are ways to do it.
Yes.
Especially if you happen to be neurodiverse.
Yes. And that's what I found, having the point of view, like writing in first person from my teacher. It does make it easier to kind of just sort of focus on one conversation at a time and stuff, and yeah, especially if she's not listening or thinking of her own things.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay.
The other thing too is, I mean, I have Elder who pays attention to everything going on around him, because that's part of his training.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't want to.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
So.
Okay, so not always killing them, but leaving them. Yeah, fair enough. That is one way to do it, Aqua.
Oh, that's just leave behind. That doesn't mean they're going to come back to haunt them later.
Yes.
You love the way I state that, didn't you?
It's like, I realized I'd written, in my first 2 chapters, I was like, I think it was the second chapter, the teacher said something. And then I kept writing and forgot about it. And then so I was like, okay, this is now a thing. And so the next day her students bring it up. And I'm going to have that as it's now turned into one of the, I guess, character things, is the teacher, what am I thinking? It's not exactly paying more attention to what she says, but like, yeah, she's almost got, like, to do with assumptions and flippancy kind of thing.
Yeah.
She's sort of, they're things she has to end up working on in the story. And so I was like, this is cool. This works. But yeah, that's just kind of a small, very small point of something the characters do have consequences.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, book 2 is only at 31,000 words right now.
Okay. Do you know how many you're expecting for book 2?
No. It's probably going to be close to about the same as book 1.
Yeah. Fair.
Hmm?
Fair enough.
Have fun, yeah.
Do you ever end your novel where everything that happened is a dream? Oh, that's annoying.
No.
Oh.
I would not end a novel that way.
I think if that happened, I would expect books to be thrown and then just... No, I want people to read the next book. I'm not going to do that.
Well, like I said, your readers are going to go, well, this is crap. However, there are, if you've read the Thomas Covenant, right? Every time the Thomas the Unbeliever books, right? He's diabetic, but everything he does is like in a dream state type thing.
Yeah.
Because he goes to another realm.
Okay.
But it always seems like it's in a dream. But he's got so much stuff he has to do while he's there. And in the next books, what he's done in the previous books plays a part in what's coming up.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Yeah, I used to like, when I was younger and at school especially, I would do short stories that would kind of end on a dream, but then it's like the things from the dream would appear in reality. So then you're sitting there going, wait, is it a dream or not?
well, that's just it. He always remembered everything that happened there.
Yeah.
Right? So, to everybody else, it was a dream. To him, it was real.
Okay.
Right? To everybody else, he was just, this is just a fantasy, a dream he's in. Right?
Yeah.
Because he's a leper and he's found unconscious or something. So.
Nice. Cool. Okay.
Battle.
Yes. StreamRaiders. And where are we? All over there. Okay. Start battle. So we have 102 allies and 103 enemies.
Oh no. We're gonna get our butts kicked.
Siobhan starts with most kills and Katie May writes with most assists. And then it starts moving. Sometimes I'm like, I'll save them all, and then they start changing every half a second. I'm like, okay, that's a lot of everyone. Tiny murder. Woo!
Looks like I've got what, 2 dead?
Oh yeah.
Yep, 2 dead units.
And what's this one? Okay. So, Teocalli killed the cursed mystic.
Ah.
And there are 0 enemies. We have a victory! Cool. Siobhan, do you want one of these 3? And who else do we know?
Yeah, gold.
Gold.
Please.
Okie doke.
I have a quest to get gold, so.
Yeah. I don't think anyone else in chat's in here. We'll go random. Oh, that was 2. Yep. Yay! I'll do it. Okay, yep. Nope, wait.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. This is my sister just recently drew me 2 new characters for these guys. This is my will be a kind of game story with maths in between. Math mini games.
Ah.
Yeah. Thelistus. You now have a picture. And I didn't actually name it.
Well, it's a character, right? That you're working on?
Oh yeah. He has a couple names. No, the image is just a bunch of random numbers. Cause, yeah, it's just my sister sent it to me over Messenger.
Ah.
Okay, where'd it go? No, you're not meant to be in Turian. Oh, okay, that's why. Oh, is dinner ready?
It's sushi, so whenever.
But is it made now?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can eat it from an hour from now if you want.
Yeah, I don't think I can wait that long. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Oh, fuck. Okay, here we go. So this is meant to be the main character. He is Cody. He is meant to be awkward and lanky and just constantly getting in his own way. Okay, and then this is the angel. Calestis or something, but Cody calls him Kyle. So, but he's gonna be like the this is how you do the math stuff before you do the mini games. And then ta-da! But yeah, so this is going to be kind of a what's the word? Similar to a visual novel in sort of how it's laid out, but instead of there might be a couple of story choices, but not really.
Well, the thing is, if you do it right, you can make the numbers as story choices.
Yeah, so it's the idea is you go through a portal, or Cody goes through a portal because Carl has given him a mission to tell the people that the dragon they're keeping captive has a plot to escape back to Earth. And they need to stop that.
Ah.
So Cody goes there to tell them that, but then the portal gets destroyed while he's there. So then sort of the game segments are you going around as Cody trying to pick up all the materials needed to fix the portal so you can go back home. And yeah, so for each different, let's see, do I have it? This one? No, that is not that. What do we call it? I'm just trying to think, what did my brother get me to call it? No. Okay.
I heard your other half say dinner was ready, so or very soon.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll probably head off in a couple of minutes. I need to find this anyway though, because I wanted to start doing the next bit on it tonight. My brother got me to write up a like a game development something or other else. No, that's not it. Yeah. It's in one of my accounts.
It's in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
What the heck did we even call it? Oh man. Oh no, wait. Oh, I know. Wait, it'll be this one. Because it's to do with the math stuff, so it's this email. Is it the first? Oh, game design document. That's what we called it. And so this is one of the other characters. She's the apothecary. And Hold on. Content types. Nope. What? Where'd it go?
I don't know.
Man. It's up here.
You do realize that once you stop looking for it, you'll find it.
Oh, I know, right?
So that's the way it goes. Like, okay, I give up. And then you'll be looking through something else, like, oh, there it is. Because, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're finding things that you've been looking for a while from other areas, too, aren't you?
Yes. No, yeah, that wasn't... Aww. Oh, okay, here it is. Yes. Found it. Yeah, so we listed out the different maths that we want to go through, that I want to go through, and then we've got, so when we're looking at ratios, there's going to be a few of them. Yeah, like different things in the world are going to be a different type of maths.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah, so you need to find X% of this for the window, or whatever it is.
Yeah. It's like, okay, concentration B needs this and that and the other and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the best way for writing with math?
What?
Gaming books.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, when you're gaming, you're always rolling a die and then adding your stat to it.
Yep.
That's why they're called math rocks.
Nice. Oh, I have 4 of those. Yep. We're good. Just close that door. I think I had purple ones. Apparently I have a set of purple dye as well. Dice.
Cool.
Yeah. I knew I had the dark blue, the green, the white, and the dark green. But I also have purple.
I have... Oh god, I'm not going to rattle them off. I got too many.
Yeah, I have double dark green. I don't have that many. Stuart has a couple, but...
See, the problem is when you're a gamer, you never have enough sets of dice. Because you've got one set per character you play.
Yep. Or maybe
That's
different
for that
characters.
character.
Although I did it, I didn't.
I mean, I've got bat dice.
Really? Nice.
Sable has bunny dice.
Nice.
Now I'm just trying to figure out when we're going to get the Game of Thrones RPG.
Yeah, I know that was talked about a while ago, and then it was like, that looks fun, but
and it kind of fell through.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'd love to do more role playing and tabletop stuff, but
yeah.
List of things that fall after that. No, but my brother-in-law's is gonna run a like just a one shot, one session D&D with us in a couple of weeks.
Right on.
Yeah, it's like the weekend before Conduit.
Ah.
Yeah. But so he's creating the characters for us as well. So I'm like, okay, just have to rock up and play. It's like probably bring my dice. But yeah, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, you're probably gonna need a new set of dice for that character.
I mean, there's a few of the dice I haven't used yet as a set. Because my friend had a million dice and then gave them to my sister and was like, do what you want with them. And I was like, I'll take a few.
Yeah, see, I had dice that got stolen on me.
Ooh, it's not fun.
I used to have like 50 different sets.
Yeah.
Now I think I'm down to about 12 or 13.
Oh, that's a big loss.
Yeah.
Ouch. That's sad.
Well, my fanny pack of dice got stolen.
That's not fun.
I said you want to.
Ah, yes, that's going up.
Oh, is she going on? Should we go? Yeah, I'm getting pretty hungry. I'm thinking I might head off and eat dinner.
No, that's fine.
It's good chatting. Finally.
Yeah,
we got
exactly.
something working.
Pardon?
So we got something working.
Yep.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, yeah.
Oops. Yeah. That's why I get my bot to throw it up. So you get raid Purple Heart? Go from one rider to another. Yep.